This is a song that, for those of you, a lot of you don't, I know I know you don't know who I am. I'm a Canadian, and I put out records for years, and I'm actually quite old now, and I put on a lot of makeup. It looks great, and I quit music after I put out my last record, and I'll never forget. I shouldn't tell the story, but I will. I was playing at Islington Academy in London, and I had just worked my fucking ass off to try and come to the UK a bunch to try and promote my record. And one of the things, every time I put out a record, the team of people who worked my record were different. I didn't know them from year to year. And one of the things that always bugged me was that I felt that I was always pigeonholed in the UK as a country artist, and that actually my peers and my friends were people like Sharon Van Etten and the War on Drugs and all these singer-songwriters who kind of have more than just sort of country roots sounds to their music. And so I worked, I came over 3 times, and I talked to these guys. I was like, I worked really hard not to make a record that sounds like country. And they're like, yeah, great. And I opened for Bon Iver, and I did all this stuff. I was like, come on, my heart's in this. And the week I played Islington Academy, I went to the HMV there in the Angel Station, and I walked in, and on the wall at the front was Sharon Van Etten and the War on Drugs, because they had new records out just like me, and I couldn't find my record. And I was like, okay, well, let's go look. And there it was in the back of the fucking HMV in the country section. And not only that, I was labeled as Kathleen Edwards, and the person who had produced my record, who's a very, very brilliant musician, but I wasn't even under my own name. I was under Bon Iver Kathleen Edwards, and I was like, someone's gonna fucking die. And I was so defeated, and I quit music, and I was just really burned out, and I was clinically depressed and all this stuff. I had not taken some time. And when I wrote this song, it was sort of like a new beginning for me, and I went and run a coffee shop for 8 years. I started a coffee shop, and I called it Quitters. And it was a really joyful sort of fresh start, and I did something different for a while, and I worked my fucking ass off, and I didn't make any money doing it. And it was really one of the most satisfying moments of my life, was to just start something new. And then the joy of music came back, and when I wrote this song, I knew I was onto something for myself, because it was like a song that was actually full of gratitude, and for the people, and for all the shitty stuff, because it's all the shitty stuff that reminds you what really good stuff is too. So thanks a lot for having me, and when I go walking in my neighborhood, I wonder how I even got here. It seems so long since those Hamilton days in the first house we bought together. Yeah, well, the online street view 'cause it was too late when we did. Like, you changed too much. You didn't change, and I am so sorry for everything, for everything. That's for my ex-husband. So I sing that song for everything, and then when he's on stage with me, I say for almost everything. In early days when we were playing at the Horseshoe and I was drinking too much whiskey, well, you always knew how to set me straight, and I didn't want to hear it. Well, I will always be thankful for it, and I will always be thankful for it. I will always be thankful for it.